Hi, Mackenzie. How are you doing? Hello, 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 everyone. Hi. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited for our first of this series here. We have one of our other authors that will be joining us in a couple of weeks that are on here. Let's see here. How do I? Good. Let's see here. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. We have a special guest for our Read Along With Me series today. You know her as the Budgetnista, Miss Tiffany Aliche. We're just... Wait, oh, hey Tiffany, I see you. I'm about to join you right now. All right, hello.
Hey!
What? How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I am good. Welcome.
I know, long time. It's been like since the fourth panel, right?
I know.
When outside was open.
I know. Oh my gosh, that was so long ago. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Yay. Well, hello, Tiffany. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I am Kia Johnson. I am the founder of Breaking Me Kids, and we are so excited to start and kick off our Read Along With Me series today with Tiffany Aliche, also known as the Budgetnista. Tiffany and I, the Budgetnista, you guys, she is a financial guru for women, for women's empowerment and finance, and you've seen her on probably any platform and every platform that you can imagine. And Tiffany is an educator by heart. And so what she does is an extension of who she is. She started out as an educator with the preschool in New Jersey. And I think that it was that love of teaching that, of course, has made her the person that she is today, but has also was what sparked her to create Happy Birthday, Molly Moore. I had the pleasure of meeting Tiffany a couple of years ago, and she was telling me that she was working on this book, and I'm so excited. Do you remember that? So I'm so excited that she is, that it is now in fruition. It is here, and we are reading along with Tiffany. And Tiffany, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to introduce yourself, take it away.
All right. So, yes, my name is Tiffany Aliche. I am a financial educator, but today I am Miss Tiffany. That's what my preschoolers used to call me. I was a preschool teacher for over 10 years. And I love the babies, and it's one of the reasons why I wrote Happy Birthday, Molly Moore, because I, first of all, didn't see too many of this on the cover. Get into her fro and her chocolate skin, right? And so I remember, and I taught in Newark, New Jersey, which is largely this, and our books did not reflect that. And it's important for children to not only just see this, but to see all shapes, colors, sizes. It's important for them to have representation, to see themselves, but others as well. And so that's why, one, I wanted to make sure that the character looked like this, but also, two, as a financial educator, because even then I was really kind of like teaching financial education. And I noticed that the babies would ask me to buy them things. Miss Tiffany, can you buy me candy? Can you buy me ice cream? And I thought, what if there were a series of books that can teach what I call foundational financial education? So that way, that you as a parent or an educator could start to teach the foundation of what kids need to be okay when it came to their money, for them to understand, the beginning lessons of money. So at the end of the book as well, and we'll go over it, I also added extend the lesson questions and activities on purpose. So because the teacher in me aligned this book with the core curriculum standards that are nationwide. And I was very mindful of that. These are standards that are set that children, preschool through 12th grade should know by the end of that grade year. And so I set these for 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds. So it's just like alignment, questions, activities. And so it's not just a book, it really is a educational tool. So I think one of the easiest ways to read it, Kia, is if I read, but you hold it up. Yes, because sometimes it gets like, yes. So yeah, it's going to be, So,
All right.
yeah, so that way you guys can see me because because if I hold it, sometimes it muffles my voice, so you can't hear as well.
Okay.
All right. So happy birthday, Molly Moore, illustrated by the amazing Jazz McDaniel and written by Tiffany, the Budgetnista, Aliche. Next page. What's so awesome is too, I also had an art director, Rihanna Lewis. She was amazing. All right, so let's stop here on the character page. So often I think that you should know who are the characters in the book. So we have Molly Moore herself. That's M-A-L-I. And in Kenya, I found out in what's the language they speak in Kenya? Swahili, Molly actually means well. And so that's awesome. So yeah, I found it out later after I made it. And so we also have, we have Winnie, her best friend, the bunny. We also have Malcolm, her little brother. We have Dad, and we have Mom. All right, next page. All right. Molly Moore has hair like a cloud. Molly is fun, strong, smart, and proud. Next page. It's Molly's birthday, and she's excited. Her friends and family are all invited. Her guests want her to be jolly. Can you guess what they'll bring Molly? This is a great time for you to ask your child, what are they going to bring Molly? And here we see gifts. So she's getting a ton of presents, which is very typical on your birthday. This is one of my favorite pages.
The artwork is beautiful, Tiffany.
Thank you. 1 bike, 2 bows, 3 books, and 4 cats. 2 cars, 4 phones, 6 socks, and 8 hats. So if you're sitting with your little one right now, and you have the book in front of you, it's a great time to start pointing out where the hats are and have them count it, where the books are and have them count that, and also too, if you look, the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's just great number lessons as well. Turn the page. Each time a new guest comes to the door, more, says Molly, more, more, more. Gifts keep coming like 1 drum and 2 dolls, 3 shirts, 4 pants, 5 bats, and 6 balls. Each time a new guest comes to the door, more, says Molly, more, more, more. And if we pause, we can see, if you look a little closely, that this guest doesn't look particularly happy. Look at her face. And this is a great time for children to start to learn empathy, to talk about why do you think her aunt looks like this? Why does she look sad? Is it maybe because Molly's reaching for the gift and not for a hug from her aunt? Okay, awesome. And up here at the end, when you can purchase the book, I saw your question. 4 dogs, 3 chairs, 2 boats, and 1 broom. So many gifts, there is no more room. But each time a new guest comes to the door, more, says Molly, more, more, more. Ooh, Mom's getting beside herself. Ooh, now look at the room, right? The more she takes, the less family can fit. Each gift leaves no space for a friend to sit. This is a great time to pause with your child and for them to look and see, wow, she's got all these gifts, but everyone's standing. Why is that? And why is Molly not paying attention to anyone there? Turn the page. A little sad face. Molly has gifts more than she can handle. This gives you a child a chance to guess, like, what's going on here? Why does she look so sad? So Molly has gifts more than she can handle, but no one to help her blow out her candle. If you see, the people that were inside are now outside enjoying themselves. Why is that? This time when her guests come to the door, more, says Molly, more, more, more. More family, more friends, more hugs and more kisses, more laughter, more sunshine, and more birthday wishes. Oh, more looks a little different now. So Molly gives some of her presents away to help others smile when it's their birthday. Oh, so Molly decides to donate. That's an awesome choice. Having more stuff is not always the best. Sometimes more stuff really means you have less. So you see Molly, she's going into the community center. I wonder what she's going to do there. These are some kind of questions you ask your child that you're reading to. Giving can mean more, and so can sharing. What will you do to show that you're caring? And you see, Molly has given away some of her multiple gifts to these kids at the community center, and they're playing and they're enjoying them. So how awesome is that? So if you can put the book down. Thank you so much, Keita.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So at the end, there's like an adult letter that just explains like how, I'll show them, that's okay. There's like an adult letter that just explains how the book was written. You can tell it's an adult letter because I put the parents. So what's so cute is that that's obviously me, mixed with a little Gabrielle Union. I'm not gonna lie. When I told her to just throw my own, I was like, me with a little Gabrielle Union. You know what we're gonna do? We might as well do it. and then there's the lesson questions. So here's the thing. When I created the extend the lesson questions, as I mentioned before, I truly am an educator. I have my master's in education. And what I did was, there are 4 components when you're extending the lesson. So 4 lessons you can lean into. There's reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And so, for example, one of the questions I have here is, why was Molly alone when it was time to blow out her candles? So a reading extend the lesson question is, find a page that shows that Molly is alone when it's time to blow out her candle. So your child can read either via the pictures or the words to find that. A writing version of that question about the candle is, draw a picture of Molly's birthday cake, because drawing is a form of writing for little ones. A listening version of that question about the birthday and blowing out her candle is, tell your reader about a time that you felt alone. Because remember that picture when it looks like this, Molly has more gifts, more than she can handle. This is like one of my favorite pictures. She looks super sad, right? So I really wanted that face to be expressive, because kids learn empathy by looking at your face. And it says, but no one to help her blow out her candle. And so I want, like, you can share with your reader, when I was little, I wasn't sharing. And Uncle Jonathan, he's my brother. He didn't want to play with me. But do you see how you can start to pull that lesson out? And then the speaking version of that, why was Molly alone when it was time to blow her candles, is have your readers tell you about how Molly must have felt when she was alone when it's time to blow out her candle. Because it's important for children it's really hard for little ones to see outside themselves. They're very self-centered. And that's okay, because it's natural. Exactly. But what we're trying to teach children is to see outside themselves. Like, so this is mine, I want it. But you're starting to teach them, well, how must my friend feel? How must my mom, my dad feel? And so these are lessons that are hard for children to grasp, but the more that we teach them those lessons, especially like a book is such a great place to start teaching children these lessons. And so I had these extended lesson questions and activities in here. Like one of the activities I have in the book is to ask your reader to clean up your room or classroom, make a pile of items that they can donate. So here's like that page. And have them help you choose an organization to donate to. Because you see, Molly took some of her presents and decided to donate them to her local community center. But that's an actual activity you can do. Because I know as a teacher, sometimes we're trying to make the book come alive. Or maybe as a parent, you're trying to make the book come alive. And so that's an activity. And so, it just was so much fun. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This book, I haven't taught preschool. I stopped teaching from 40 now. I stopped teaching when I was 29. So this book is like, but I thought about this book 5 years into teaching. It's like 15 years in the making, you know? And so it's so much love and care. Even the fact that it rhymes in such a way, because rhyming is one of the best ways to get children to start reading, because they can anticipate the word, and it's something that they can remember. That's why that more and more plays over and over, because children largely don't have autonomous lives, meaning we tell 3 and 4-year-olds all day, every day what to do, right? Yeah. Literally, your 4-year-old walks by, you might pull them to you and look in their pants. Did you go to the bathroom? You know, like they don't even have autonomy over the body, right? So when you can have a rhyming book, it's like you give them some power. I know the word. I know the next thing. I know more comes next. So I was really mindful to try to give children power when reading this. And someone asked me if I could make a boy version, and I said, it's already done. This is not about, right? If you read it, it's not about Molly being a girl or a boy. Yes, it's just about a kid who got too many presents and almost forgot the value of people over things, and adjusted and realized what was more important and donated. That's it. Boys and girls can both enjoy this. So, so for those of you who are asking, so this book is available literally at Molly, MALI, more.com. Right now it's 20% off. I mean, it's available on Amazon and like Barnes and Nobles and things, but I'm like, if I were you, go ahead and get your 20% off. If you go to mollymore.com. And
listen to the finance guru, get it at a discount.
Yes. And so if you order from mollymore.com, I also put in a free bookmark, which is so cute with Molly. Look at her and her
it's like the photo booth. It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, and then just a little explanation about how it works, and like her little handle. So she's Molly, MALI_more. That's her IG handle. But I'm telling you, I thought of everything. Like, look, even if you look at this double M, that's her logo, and you'll see it all over her clothes. But what I wanted, if you look closely, the double M on purpose looks like a crown, because I wanted a little nod to, like, we are what? Royalty. Okay? Yes! Right? Yes! And so it's just really like, I mean, nothing, there was something else that everything, I didn't want anything to escape my notice. I wanted there to be a nod, especially to Blackness, how important that was. Like, look at this picture. Every one of us, if you're a Black child,
everybody knows that picture.
Right? Look at it. Look, people got Jack Harry. Did you see that red? I was not playing, right? Or like, and so my parents were born my parents were born in Nigeria, so I wanted in her bedroom that there was a nod to that. So this is like her mat, and that's all these little Easter eggs to pick up something. So I have they're actually on the way over. I have my niece and my nephew. They're 3 and 4, so the perfect age for this book. And so one thing I did was I put Winnie, her best friend, the bunny, on every page, except for the page where she's all about herself. There's only one page where she's jumping and she's like more. But one of the things they love to do is to go from page to page and find Winnie. Sometimes she's in the window. Sometimes she's peeking here.
Okay. Yes. Oh my God.
So I wanted, because this is the thing. Your kid is going to ask you to read this book. I mean, over and over again. Mm-hmm. And I wanted that each time they read, that you as an adult, like, there's a different experience every time. Sometimes we're looking for Winnie. Sometimes we're counting. Sometimes we're focusing on the rhyme or the lesson. Sometimes we're noticing nuance in the picture. So I really wanted it to be a full book and full of love. And so someone asked what the book is called. It's called Happy Birthday, Molly More. And it's available at mollymore.com, MALI. more.com. And when I found out that Molly meant wealth and money in Swahili, I was like, are you kidding me? Someone said literally this book, if you just look at this part, her name means more wealth. And I'm like, right? Isn't that so amazing? I was like, that was not intentional, but obviously something larger than me was like, name her Molly.
Exactly. Molly, you'll get it. You'll get it in a second.
Exactly. So I'm already working on the second book. And it was important to me, like even the illustrator, Jazz McDaniel, he's African American. I wanted it to be from a perspective of Black people, because I wanted someone who was Black to draw this Black child, because, there's just something there, Jazz can look at his niece. I gave him a picture of my stepdaughter when she was little, but Jazz also said he looked at his niece's room and was like, okay, you know what I mean? I really wanted to pull that,
Yes.
this is I myself in Black, Jazz is Black. Rihanna, who was so instrumental, she's the art director. She is Trinidadian, and I just really wanted to make sure that all of that was in here. That whether you knew it or not, like her brother's name is Malcolm.
Yeah,
That was
right.
not coincidental. Yes, I was very much. I was like, you're lucky I didn't call the boy Malcolm X, but I was like, you know what, I'm doing that, right? Her bunny, right? So her bunny's name is Winnie for Winnie Mandela.
The Black Bunny.
Right. I really wanted Winnie Mandela. You know, like that's where I named her after. Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So you see what I mean? Like all this nod to like beautiful Blackness. And so, yeah. So like I said, this is the first of hopefully many available on mommymore.com. And I'm telling you, like, sometimes you do things, well, we always do things right at the right time, meaning that things happen when they ought to, because, right? So I have been working on this book, like I said, since I was a preschool teacher, just in my mind until it finally came to fruition. But as soon as I posted a picture of this book on my IG, and one of the largest top 5 book publishers, and they're especially known for their children's book, reached out to me and said they want to buy it. And I refused them. And people are like, why? Well, because I don't want 10 years from now, Molly's father's going to jail. I don't want 3 years from now, Molly is what, you know what I mean? I wanted to control the narrative to keep it positive. And I was just like, no, I'm not interested. What I'm more interested in is the right stories are told by the right people from my perspective and the people's perspective who love us. And so I really was like, not to say I would never, ever, ever enter into a traditional book publishing deal, but it would have to be one where I get full say of creative. That's so important, more so than making movies. And so some of you have asked me what's a good publishing company, and so this is what I did. Because I knew I wanted help with distribution, but I also I wanted to maintain all the rights. I went with a hybrid company. So you can go with the big publishing company, like the big, you're thinking like Simon & Schuster, Penguin, Random House. These are the big companies, right? You can go with them, and that's just fully traditional route. You can self-publish through like Amazon has a self-publishing arm called KDP, I believe, where you just publish it. And I do that with a lot of my books. I have, like, for example, I've got a ton of books, like a literature challenge books. I've done that all through Amazon. Or you can do what I did with Molly, which is a hybrid company. I use this company. It's co-founded by a Black woman. Her name is Dara. It's called Wise, like wise like an owl, ink, like ink in your pen. Okay. Wise Ink. And what I like about Wise Ink is that I keep all the rights to Happy Birthday, Molly Moore. And then I pay out of pocket for the services that normally the book publishing company would do for you. So normally, like distribution, they help me find a distributor. They help me find a printer. Because what I really wanted is, so when I was a teacher, I could tell the quality of a book. I wanted top quality. So I made sure I wanted the dust jacket, but I also didn't want, which I hated when I was a teacher. And when there was a dust jacket, I would always take it off because it could be annoying with the kids. And I hated that it was not printed on the book.
Yes.
Yeah, because it costs extra money to do that. I'm like, we're not doing it. So I wanted that when you take the dust jacket off, it's still here. So that was something that was important to me. And so the feel of the book, right? It's like velvet on the outside. So I really wanted help with printing. So when you order this book, it's not me in my house mailing it out to you. It actually goes to a distributor, and they take it off the shelves and package it and send it to you. So that's what a hybrid company helps you do, but it's more costly. So you'd have to save because you also have to pay for the books up front. So let's just say the books were like $5 to print. If I wanted to print, 100 books, you're talking about $500 that I have to pay for. And then as people buy, I can order more. So it does cost money out of pocket to go that way. But for me, it was the decision that I wanted. I also have like a traditionally published book coming out. So to me, there's no right or wrong. It just depends on your desired outcome when it comes to publishing. Yeah.
Tiffany, I mean, the teacher comes out of you. I always admire your passion. Nobody
Tiffany.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, we were talking, I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking about it. Even then, you're like, my passion is teaching. And if nobody can tell that, then they are not paying attention because it comes out of you as you speak. So my
Thank you.
question is, what is the audio version of you reading this book? Because even as you're reading it, you're like, as you're reading it as a teacher, I love it. You're like, okay, now this page here, you want to pay attention. I'm like, okay. Okay, so I like, my fingers out like 1, 2, 3, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
So, you know, and I thought about that. So, yeah, I'm gonna reach out. Let me make myself a little note. I'm gonna reach out to Darren. Like, it should be an audio version, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't
Yes.
know.
That would
I
be
know.
awesome.
The young woman. She made me a Molly Moore. It's such an awesome little song on her ukulele. She heard me on a podcast. Was like, Tiffany, I love your passion, and it's such a cute. Like, oh my goodness, it's like she's playing on her ukulele and singing it, and I was like, oh, that is Molly Moore's theme song. So if I was to do an audio, I would want to add that to the because it's such
Yes.
a sweet song. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, I'm just seeing
Oh,
everybody's like I can't read it to my wait to read it to my oh she's like, I'm gonna buy two. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just gonna be more like honestly and someone actually a big no, network reached out and was like, we would consider making this into a show. And so I feel like with time coming on, because I'm like, I would love for there to be a black Dora, you know?
yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
I feel like we have because black comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, but I feel like when's the last time I have what I call a definitively black, because sometimes you can be black but there's like, oh, there's some ambiguity, like, oh, maybe she's like, you look at me, girl, I'm black, and I'm like, so, and sometimes they're afraid to have that kind of character on TV or whatever, like definitively black, we're not guessing, we know. And so I want that for Molly, that like, like she had like, look at her, look at the tiny curl. I was like, no, I want 4C. And this
Yes.
is how my
Yes.
looks
She
when
has
it's
the
not.
afro and she has the echo jail curl. Yes.
I want a
Yes.
4C. um. So yeah. Oh, and she said so we'll be shipping pretty soon. Internationally, I would say honestly, probably within the next 2 weeks. Because I'm
Okay.
building a new site, and that site will enable us to ship internationally. So definitely keep a lookout for that. And you know what? Actually, that's not true. If you go to Amazon, Amazon ships internationally already. As far as
Okay.
like my site, we're not doing that. But like Amazon, and it's on Target.com. They all ship. Especially, I know Amazon ships internationally already. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Tiffany was the perfect person to start this series. As again, as a financial person, but most importantly, as an educator. Please, thank you. Help me in thanking Tiffany again. I know you can show your applause in the comments there. Please make sure you join us over the next few weeks. We have a wonderful group of people, including some child authors and some more. All of our guests we have special guests, but we have more. We have some child authors and some more special guests joining us over the next few weeks. So thank you, Tiffany. Again, go to mollymore.com to get Happy Birthday, Molly Moore by Tiffany Aliche. Thank you, the Budgetnista.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was
Thank
so
you.
good seeing you again.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
guys. You guys
Bye, ladies.
have a good night.